today we have a very special guest with us. And I say guest even though Tulsi Bai is based in Gyan Sarovar, but we don't see a lot of him. And actually, Tulsi Bai ji is one of Baba's original jewels. He's been in Madhuban for so many years, I didn't even realize. So thank you very much for joining us today, Tulsi Bai. And I can't give you an introduction because I have to interview him to find out things, okay? So, firstly, Tulsi Bai, I'd like to ask you, how did you come to Baba? Where were your days of childhood, and what's your story?
Om Shanti. I was born in Ajmer. Often Baba speaks on Murli, name of Ajmer, the Sona temple and the Brahma temple. So when I was born, I was with 6 fingers, special fingers, just like a pendulum. And then that was considered as if I was fortunate one. Mm-hmm. So this was how I born in a Sindhi family. And had education in Ajmer itself. And then became an electrician. And then got Baba's knowledge in age of 20.
How?
Actually, before 2 years of the knowledge, we came to visit Mount Abu. On the way to sunset, we visited museum also. And because we were interested in sunset, and so didn't want to miss the sunset, and we just entered in museum, and then there was a sister explaining about the Shiva and Shankara. Then I just came to know that Shiva is the God, and the Shankara and others are just deities. So this was the first seed. And then after 2 years, my cousin brother had a vision that you had to go to Brahma Kumaris according to your sanskaras. So we both visited center, and then first day was just introduction, and next day the course started. And then the person who was giving course, I could feel the aura behind him.
Brother, sister?
Yeah, there was the brother.
Hmm.
He had come from Madhuban, and then he became instrument to give us course. But then that was just first day, and second day, maybe he handed over to the sisters. So got course in from different brothers and sisters. But on third day, when sister was explaining about the Tirumurti, and she introduced Brahma Baba, and because she came to know about my caste, and then I'm from Sindhi family, so she introduced in that way to the Brahman whole story of the Yajna. It took maybe 40 minutes to know about the Brahma Baba, and that he gave me feeling that I belong to this family. Mm. So since that time, I became Baba's child, in fact. Mm. Of course, the second day Shiva's lesson was there, but the third day when I got information about the Brahma, and it was like I was there somehow. And this is the way I came to Baba, and especially the purity attracted me, because I had been in the other institution, but no one taught us about purity. And then another thing was those who were giving courses, or those who were coming regular in the class, they have started some level of dharana at least. We could see their life full of dharana, which influenced me more. Because sometimes people just read the scriptures in the temples or the other places. They talk about the Rama, Krishna was this way, and being a young child, person think that okay, whatever happened with the Krishna or the Rama, what shall I do now? But here that was not the case. Here everything was connected with me. First the soul and the father, and then how to communicate and how to get the benefit from him. So that was like a income. So that everyone interested to get income. No? So this was the way I joined Baba.
Do you think because you came so quickly and you're from Sindhi background, maybe your past life also you were connected with the yagya?
Hope so.
Hope so.
Because I can't prove, but I feel close to everyone here, whether they were dadis or sisters or the method, and then main thing. Many people don't understand language of Brahma Baba. Even being Sindhi, the tone or accent of Brahma Baba. How many of you have heard Brahma Baba's voice? Yeah, good. So some of people, some they don't understand. Even being Sindhi or old in Gyan, they say difficult to understand Brahma Baba's tone. But for me, it was very good. I could feel it. So this is the sign maybe I was close to Brahma Baba somehow.
Interesting. So then what happened? So you were in Ajmer, your parents were in Gyan?
No, actually, my auntie came to see where I am going because, as I said, Sindhi families has misunderstanding about the Brahma Kumaris. So my auntie came to see where I am going. So she was coming on the different timing, maybe in the day hours or midday or the early evening or after breakfast around 10 o'clock to find out what is life of Brahma Kumaris there. So she, and being a woman, she was able to enter every corner of the center. So she was influenced then, and she followed full families, they followed. Other parents or other relatives, they have been in Madhuban, but not fully in Gyan. But this auntie's family is in Gyan. And later when my sister-in-law came, she is in Gyan now.
So no opposition from your parents?
In beginning, as I said, my father knew about Brahma Kumaris. In starting, he suggested me that not to go in this institution, because if once they go in the institution and follow the principle, they are no more connected with the society. They are not social. This was his belief. But then once he saw my bicycle near the center, then he didn't say anything. He felt that I belonged to him. As I said, I was born with 6 fingers. And before I born, maybe 2 months before I born, my father had a vision. An old man asking him, telling him that there will be boy with a special sign and will be fortunate one. Because before I born, there were 3 boys. They born and within a month or 2 they died. So my father was a bit upset. So he said, okay, there will be boy you get. Then he said, okay, there were 3 boys before, what about them? But this will be fortunate one. When you see with the special sign, then you will believe. So later, he shared with me these things when I became Madhuban Nivasi, in fact. That maybe that was the old man, Brahma Baba. He sent you to my home and he has taken back.
Amazing, amazing story. Eh?
So this is how I feel that I was in last birth connected with Brahma Baba also. And they not more any, not much opposition.
And vegetarianism?
I was vegetarian anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it was not difficult for me to follow the principle. And of course, onion and garlic, I felt like this is not big thing, because even before I came to Baba. A homeopathy doctor advised me to reduce that because I was getting water from feet, so how to say.
Yeah, water retention.
Yeah. So that was kind of suggestion from homeopathy that doesn't suit to your body. So anyway, that was not a big thing for me. But the only thing was when I started cooking, because my mom was not in Gyan. So when I started cooking, my mother felt bad. So in starting, she used to comment something, showing her unhappiness. So when I cook, she would get everything ready for me, and then she sees me putting salt in the vegetable, and she, oh, so much. Then when she eat that, I just share as a prasad, totally. So then she eat that, and she wonder where the salt gone. So that influenced her also. And that, cooking in Baba's remembrance, and then Baba helped me a lot in that way. And I used to get up early morning. It was not a big thing in our family because my father was having milk shop. Normally milkmen wake up early. And then nearby was a Gurdwara, the Sikh temple. Actually, many Sindhis, they follow halfway of the Sikhism. They read the scripture of in Gurdwaras. They read the scripture of like Granth. So they follow most of the
scripture, no? Called the Granth. Yeah.
The scripture. So they read the scripture, and then in that temple was nearby the Gurdwara, and so around 2:40, their time was to ring the bells, and that was alarm for me to get up after Gyan. Before I was getting up 4:00, of course. So and then I just meditate and then cook for me and then get ready to go center because 6:00 I had to be in center. Yeah.
Very sweet. So you spent some time in Ajmer in this kind of lifestyle.
Being a Kumar, I was active in services also, and I remember after 8 or 10 days, I got a seva of to turn on the lights and play the music with the tape recorder. So since that day, I am connected with the audiovisual. So in one eye is clock, what time I had to put the white light, and another eye is in Baba, like that. So timing and Baba are connected with my life.
So sweet, huh? So timing and Baba, one eye on the clock, one eye Baba. So then after a few years in Ajmer, how did you get the opportunity or the invitation to live in Madhuban? Because this is a big thing, no?
Actually, before I became Madhuban Nivasi, I was invited in center. There was need of the Kumar in Jaipur center for services. So a sister in charge of Jaipur, she called me, and then I went there and became busy.
So
I
no
didn't
more
come back
work?
to Ajmer, no more Lokik.
Oh.
So that was, I remember 21st January, I got a call from a sister. She's no more in, she's in Gyan but not Surrender Naifullah now, but she was sister in charge of many centers. In fact. So I got the call and that we understand you can solve this problem. You can help us, and if you come for 10 days or 7 days, will be good. But I became busy in services there in Jaipur, so I didn't return back to Ajmer for Lokik anymore. But then sending the letters, and after 2 years in Jaipur, in between I used to come in Madhuban for seva, 1 month or 2 months. And those days, Bholi Dadi used to give me seva of the kitchen store. That now, the place now in Pandapon is just to distribute tholi, was a small storeroom for the kitchen. I used to look after the kitchen and this. Surya Bhai, Ramlochan Bhai, they cook the food and then leave all masalas there. But then I had to wind up the kitchen and put the things in right place. So next day, or fill the box with the other masalas.
How did you feel? You're an electrician, educated, and then you're doing all this masala work.
And see, those days there were not any profession in Madhuban, especially. You know that when we say whatever you give me seva or whatever you tell us, we do. You know, this was the system in Madhuban. I can't say that I would like to do this seva only. We were not called as a professional. We had come as a sevadari. So whatever seva we get, we do with same love and surrender. So that was not a big thing.
You never felt disrespected or anything. Why am I being asked to do?
See, we had to follow dadis, and I never see this in dadis. Still, even after so many years, they are more than 80 years in Gyan. But if you ask Dadi to do this kitchen work, she won't say no. She will still like to do that. And they were example for us, you know. Like Dadi Prakashmani, if I tell you about Dadi Prakashmani, she was looking after the centers in Mumbai. She herself used to sweep the floor and, you know. And she said that this was good excuse for her health. Because once who wipe the floor and sweep the floor, he has to, you know, it's kind of exercise to keep the body fit.
These days we go to the gym. Yeah. Or we go special walking, no, to keep the body fit.
See, if you pay money, going gym, same work you do here, earning money, earning the, you know, reward. So that was not case with me. I don't think anyone else should do this. I think at least once those who are surrenders in their, whether in Madhuban or in center life, they feel honor to do any kind of seva. Avek Baba has mentioned many times that the marks of sweeping or the giving lecture is same.
It's true.
So it was never in my mind. It never came in my feeling.
So then you started to help in Madhuban, and then finally the call came that you should stay here, or how did it happen?
No, actually, when I was in Jaipur, one day Didi called me. There was PP call, personal call, that Tulsi, this evening you will get train 5:30 from Jaipur, and 4 o'clock a.m. Bhuri Dadi will receive you, and this is not advice, this is order. So I became Madhuban Nivasi that way. Didi Manmohini called me in Madhuban. Because I was chosen by Bholi Dadi, maybe she influenced.
That was it? In few hours you became a Madhuban Nivasi?
Yeah.
No asking, no choice?
No.
Order?
That was order. And I will say that was kind of God's choice, no? Through Didi Manmohini. And Didi Manmohini herself was a king of Yakya. Whatever she said, she did. And it's not like she is giving us a task or job, she is blessing us, I can say. You know, those days we were given the seva. It's my feeling, I don't know about others, but it was like a blessing, you know. Like if Dadi is giving me computer task, I don't even know computer. That means Dadi is blessing me to be master in computer. You know? So if I say yes in confidence age, if you say yes for dharana or for knowledge or for seva, it's not you are just obeying or you are doing big thing. It's like you are getting blessing for that task. So it becomes your ability. Maybe you are not having that ability before, but if you said yes, then you are blessed with that ability and it becomes practical.
This is the power of Hanji, no?
I'm an example of that. So, I became Madhuban Nivasi in that way.
Amazing. Imagine if you got the order tomorrow. Take the train, take the flight, order. You are now Madhuban Nivasi. Are you ready? Hanji? Very good. Very good. Very nice to know that Madhuban wanted him, Baba needed him, and that's why he came. So my next question is, so you changed many departments, I understand, right?
Well, I was in a kitchen store before I became Madhuban Nivasi, and Didi called me and gave me seva in the milk kitchen again. She didn't know that my father is milkman, but I got milk seva. So I was serving milk, and those days, not like today, solar system and all this, there used to be wood fire, and then, but we enjoyed all this, and that was a good chance to, when you serve milk, everyone comes to you, and serving milk, you can give drishti, you can come in eye contact of the people, and everyone comes to you to say hello, to have a smile. It may be not shallow, not big talk, but at least you see and smile with each one. So that was again a good cause to connect with the people. If you are having milk seva, milk department seva, everyone comes to get milk or even the food, whatever. So this was, for me, it was a good chance to meet everyone, and this was good cause to become close to whole family.
Did you also serve the foreigners who came to Pandava?
Of course, yeah. I never felt and the foreigners are different than Indian. I never felt, and then I feel, in Lokik or school life, we used to shout the slogans that Hindus, Muslim, we all are brothers and sisters. But practically in Madhuban, or you can say in milk department, I felt it. Everyone comes to you and they give you a feeling, brotherly, sisterly, and that was the proof of the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the one world family.
So now, difficult question. So what was some challenge that you felt? Yeah? Some difficulty that came, maybe changing departments or...
No, those days there was not challenge, because as I said, I was having bhavana. So with bhavana you don't feel challenge. Challenges come when there is a competition or other thing. Those days there was no challenge. But I became audiovisual department look after. I came to, when Om Shanti Bhavan came up, I was asked to, Dadi asked me, are you electrician? I thought maybe Dadi is giving me electrical department. So I said, I am electrician, but I'm not interested to be in electrical department, if you are just asking me. I said, yes, okay. But okay. Next day she said, the brother who is look after sound department, audiovisual department, he asking me to ask you to be with him. That brother is a bit tough. Few of other brothers, they could not adjust themselves with this brother. What about you? I said, if you give me that task, I think that brother is not that bad. Because, people are thinking that to be in Jaipur center was challenge, but I enjoy it.
Why? Very strict sister there?
No, because Rajasthan is a bit dry in comparison of other things.
Dry means?
In the behavior or money, many things. So someone told me that if you are succeed in Jaipur, you can be anywhere in the world. So this brother, he was very good, but to understanding him was a bit a trick. So then I became very good with his company, or he chosen me, and we both together we did very good things.
But and never you felt like friction, little difficulty?
Not those days. Yeah.
Not those days, later. Okay.
And because though that time was a little family, the family was too small, we could talk with everything openly. Whether I like or dislike, then we can adjust. And those days were Didi Manmohini. And if I go to Didi Manmohini, having someone's complaint, suppose I say, this sister is not good. She listen me, and then she will call her, then she will ask me to repeat the things. So, see, if I had told this sister is not good, I had to repeat this sister is not good because she has done this wrong. So if I'm right, then she will feel sorry. If I was just giving complaint without any real thing, then I had to say sorry. So, but before we leave that place, before we leave this office, we had to become friendly, otherwise we won't leave. Maybe 1 hour we had to sit there and asking why did you do this or why did I do this. And before we leave that office, we had to be really friendly. So this was the way to manage.
So in those days, it was easy to forgive and forget.
Of course. If I have not, suppose I have done something and that was not my intention, then I will give explanation. Suppose, we were easy. Someone went to Didi complaining that this Tulsi Pai said that you are friend of this sister. And maybe he felt that way, that wrong, But my intention was not that. So Didi said, did you tell him that you are friend of this? I didn't mean that, but I said that you are friendly with this sister, so you could get done easily. So that was my intention, that because friendly means we are easy with each other, so we could do it, So that was not my intention was not bad, because friends does not mean any wrong thing for me.
Yeah.
But maybe for him, being some background, maybe that friend to listen friend word for the sister or woman, maybe it was bad for him. So he felt bad. So before we leave this place, we had to understand each other and feed each other totally and come back.
But then, like in Rajasthan, there were Rajasthanis mainly.
Yeah.
Now in Madhuban, people from South India, North India, everywhere, no? So like you said, cultural differences are there.
Yeah, but we all had Madhuban culture. Maybe it took little time for everyone, it's different time to understand Madhuban culture. But then Madhuban culture is like international culture. Maybe in Rajasthan, suppose even husband and wife don't walk together, but nowadays they walk. So they have to understand each other, and then I think Dadi Prakashimani brought about a lot change in Yakya. She thought of these things, and because she behaved like broadly, so we had overcome many things. These were like small things for us.
She was equal with everyone, no?
Yeah, she was equal with everyone. She had love for everyone, and she didn't take some simple words very seriously. Like as I said, friends. For her it was okay. We are friendly. Tulsi, we are friends. Let's walk together, like that.
Amazing.
So we became easy with dadis and foreigners. And then once you feel that there's nothing wrong in your mind, slowly other person also get changed, get understand you. So I got in this department, audiovisual department. We improved a lot being together, and those days, because Om Shanti 1 was constructed, and then we fixed the sound system and the CCTV system. It was not before in Yakya. Closed circuit television system, and somehow the brother left Madhuban after a few years. Then I had some other assistant look after. That time was a bit challenging.
Why?
Because, well, what I can say that some kind of feeling which was not family feeling for me, because I was easy with everyone, and the person was blamed something, which for me it was big, like, oh, if this is the way I will be treated, it will be difficult for me. Because as I said, I'm easy with everyone, and I don't feel differences in brother and sister, or maybe sitting easy. But then I remember my sister in charge, who was in Jaipur. She told me three, four things before I became Madhuban Nivasi. She said, you are in small family, but now you are going in institution. Because in Jaipur we were, all together we were 14, and I was the only brother, the surrender one. And then we were easy with each other, we understand each other. So she said, in Madhuban, maybe you are even talking to your mother, sitting together, and because your mother you look young, maybe then people can think wrong. So because that's the institution, anyone can think of you anyway, anything. So 3, 4 things she said, which comes in institution, I will share with you also, so you don't get disheartened if something happened that. First thing she said, if someone loses something, and he can tell that or blame you have taken. Only Tulsi came in that room, no one else came in that room. I just left on table, and then so maybe she has forgotten somewhere else, but because she has lost thing, and she can blame you, and someone can come to check your baggages. Don't feel bad. Because they are just checking. They are not putting you in prison. So don't feel bad. And maybe you are a hard worker, but you have not done something for a sister. She can tell, oh, Tulsi, he is just eat and sleeps and not doing nothing. He doesn't do any good seva. He is lazy because you did not do for her. So once you don't fulfill someone's desire, they have authority to tell you kind of thing. And and one thing more, that maybe you get sick and no one come to look after you, because your expectation is the one from your room shall take care of you, or another expectation comes that the one who is in your department, he knows that you are sick, he shall look after you. But maybe the person, he is in your department, he is also doing his task also, but he is now, he has to do your task also, because he is busy. You have not come in department, so he maybe get too busy. He may not come to look after you. But because you are surrendered to Baba, Baba will make some instrument to look after you.
Oh, sweet.
So this was the third thing. First was the stealing something, or another was not doing things right time or for them. And third was once you get sick. And the fourth is character. If you pass these 3 things, the last is character. People can blame you. That means but if you have not done, if you just take it easy, they may be warning you, or maybe it's their problem. Maybe even if you are being punished, don't feel bad. Baba will get done something nice from you. So all these 4.
So you are lucky. You learned these things in the early days of your childhood, no?
Yeah, I learned these things. I was aware of these things. So I didn't feel bad, of course. Wrong is wrong. I can't say it was right, but it didn't hurt me that way. It hurt some people. But then, like the way the question was, something happened that this brother left, and then I became dry, and I was trying not to talk to any sisters anymore. Because having this department, mostly the sisters, like Shilu Ben comes to you or Shashi Ben comes to you to give program schedule, or even with them I was feeling they are, of course, in a woman body. So keeping me little distance. I couldn't feel distance physically, but in my mind was not to become easy with anyone. So these maybe 2 years I felt. But then in after a year or two, a sister comes to me, Tulsi Bai, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. My eyes were like tense, because like serious person, no one will courage to talk to me. So then she came to Tulsi Bai, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. So she said, I'm alone in Gyan from my Lokik family. I thought, what should I do? So then she said, I'm in the center where I'm alone in center. Then, again same thing, how can I help you? So she said, the center is very new. I can't share anything with the students because they are new in Gyan. So finally she said that whenever anything comes in my mind, I feel that I will go to Madhuban, I will share with Madhuban Nivasis, my brothers, my family, I will share with them. So I think I found you are the one I can share the things. But then I said, for this, dadis are available to listen your complaint or to solve your problem. Anyway, I'm not the one who can solve your problem. But then this is not the problem, it's just sharing, So then I understood that again the family feeling come back, that we are in one family. So if someone getting problem or kind of just sharing, or he or she wants to confirm what she is doing is okay or not, to just approval, they will not go to the Adis or seniors or to Baba, but they will share with us the same age or with a little different of age, and they think that Madhuban is the place where they will not get revenge kind of thing. So they will get support. So they try to share with us. So then that gave me a little boost again to become family feeling. And somehow in 86 I fell down from Om Shanti, one ceiling came down. Then I had to get help with everyone, whether they were sisters or brothers, they were BK or not BK. So this again brought me more family feeling.
I suppose it's a balance, not for all of us. Everyone has to find the balance of.
Yeah, but main thing is the intention or understanding. If I have influence or my belief system is like a sannyasi, keep distance, then difficult for me to be in family on this feelings. But if I come, the main thing is what when you're talking about the balance, we shouldn't be in bodily relations. So to share or to understand is like a way of communication. But when you say to keep balance means not to come in bodily touch or bodily relationship. That's the main thing.
So it's good, isn't it? It's nice to hear that you can have friendship. You have to. If you don't have
have
friendship,
to be easy,
you go mad.
But not losing maryadas. Both are different, Losing maryadas is one thing, but to be easy, to understand each other or to be useful, to be helpful for each other is different thing.
a very nice point, isn't it? Because if we don't have this family, then we don't
Where to
have
go?
anybody. No? Then where do we go if we have a problem, if we can't share easily and naturally? So, and Tulsi Bai has always been known to be a friend of the double foreigners, especially in the old days. So it's important to have friends in Gyan, no?
Of course, of course. Then you feel someone, even if you are in distance, if you feel someone is there to help you, or someone is thinking of you, or someone is giving kind of sakaj, what we call now, giving sakaj to you, then you feel like a backbone. If you are dry, or if you're living alone, or you know, it's difficult to live in the world.
Then you started to do a lot of photographs and you did a lot of videos, you know. But Baba says we shouldn't look at photographs and videos.
Well, you know, as you said, keeping balance. So all the religious leaders, or dharmatmas, or whoever has come in the world to create balance. If you don't have, we lost peace, then Buddha came. We lost love, then Christ came. So what to do? Then we have to keep balance. Peace is there, but without love, peace is not useful. Don't be dry. So when we became dry, the Christ came to teach us love. So to have love, but maybe then love became the only cause, or love became not sattva pradhan. We lost gravity or the quality of love. Then sannyasi came to bring balance. So this is good to have balance. When there was Sakar Baba's corporeal father, Brahma Baba, many of the dadis, they came. They were enjoying Brahma Baba. With Brahma Baba, they did not feel the difference, or they did not feel they are getting attached with Brahma Baba. So to reduce attachment, Brahma Baba said not to keep photographs, because if you come to Brahma Baba with that conscious of without Shiv Baba you are meeting Brahma Baba, you may get different feelings. Or maybe your way of coming to Baba is different. But if you feel this is Shiv Baba, and that's even Brahma Baba is not the simple one, So to reduce the simple things, or to have more importance of Brahma Baba, it was told that not to have photographs, or not to give lectures to everyone. Because even when Didi Manmohini was there, I remember once Yogini Ben asked me to give Murli read by Dadi Prakash Mani, and so I was recording. She explained me that when I'm busy in kitchen and some Mataji comes, so I keep her Mataji busy with listening through tape, and until I get my work done. So I need Murli read by Dadi Prakash Mani. So if you can help me. So she gave me a few cassettes to record Dadi Prakash Mani. But then the news reached to Didi Manmohini, and she called me. With whose permission you gave me? You gave her Dadi's voice. How come you give Dadi human voice? I was not able to explain to Didi. But then a few years later, an American sister, she was taking some classes from me, because somehow in Om Shanti Bhavan people used to put Walkman to record Dadi's class. So I thought better to give a proper recording. So I gave classes to an American sister to play, because they need it. And then once Dadi went to America, and they took Dadi in their car to from center to service place. On the way, they played those cassettes they took from me. And they explained to Dadi Prakash Mani that on the way we play these classes so we don't get waste thought, and that especially that Mataji explained to Dadi that her husband used to be irritated in traffic, and whenever he used to come in home from office, he was always upset mind because of his workplace or the traffic jam. But now since we got a cassette from Tulsi Bai, he plays in a car, so he shares the points when he comes in.
Yeah, but you see, you said he shared the points. He didn't get attached to Dadi.
Yeah.
Now, there are many Brahmins who, I want class only by this person.
Well, that is their fault.
Because you can also get attached, no? If you like the style of a person or,
Well, see, for me, I personally like to share Dadis with Dadi Prakash Mani or other Dadis classes. Even if I have put on internet more of Dadi's classes, like I maintain page of Dadi Prakash Mani or Dadi Hridaya Mohini on Facebook also. So people get more from Dadis. But of course, the new generation, they are intellectual and they want to understand with the intellectual way. So they like those classes given by the intellectual people. I don't think they get attached, because I think the classes, the teachers they are giving classes with not intention to get attached to them. Hope so.
What about Shivani? The whole of India is running after Shivani, Shivani, Shivani. This is attachment, no?
See, of course, in Baba's knowledge, there are some air souls, some semi-air souls, some bhagats, no? So you can't avoid that. And once they get close to Shivani Ben's lecture, maybe in one of the lectures she shares about Brahma Baba or about the Dadas, Dadis, maybe in few lectures she will divert them towards Baba.
Did you ever get attached to the Dadis?
I can say I was not attached, but not that much detached.
Who, Dadi Prakash Mani?
Of course, all Dadis or sisters, those who gave me, I still, have respect for them. Attachment means if losing maryadas or getting attached or without feeling low without them, that is attachment. But I still, as I shared, the sister, she taught me how to be in an institution. I still, have respect because she taught me before the problem comes. Though she is not in center anymore, but then I still have respect for her. If I see her, I will bow down to her. But that doesn't mean that I can't live without her or feel bad before her, without her, or I'm crying for her. But giving respect, as Dadi Janki, always have respect for the ancestors. She showed how to have respect for ancestors, to keeping their values, their qualities in our life, or to share those qualities. But not to get attachment means I can't follow Baba or leave the path of knowledge because they left in knowledge or they are no more with Baba. That means I'm going away from, because they had their own karmic account or whatever. So they have to leave Baba or go in distance. But that doesn't mean that what they taught me, I leave those teachings and then go behind them.
This is a nice point, no? Because many of us show respect in different ways.
Yeah, of course.
Different cultural ways also showing respect.
It's not that once a year we follow, get the teacher's day, and then we go to teacher, I love you. But we still have the respect, especially though even the Lokik life, especially for the primary teachers, you won't forget, no? Maybe in a college life you have teachers, so those who are teaching you professionally, but in primary school, they were giving you family feelings, or they taught you in the way, they made your shape of life, So we can't forget them, and then that doesn't mean that we are attached to them or not progressing. The things which stop your progress is attachment.
So respect doesn't stop your progress.
No,
Attachment
I don't
stops
think
your
so.
progress. Yeah, big difference between the two things.
We all have respect for Dadi Janki, I think. If you ask this sister how much respect you have Dadi Janki, she will say a lot. But then she can't say that because Dadi has left London and she is living Madhuban to die, and she has become low without Dadi Janki. No, it's not like that, no? She still have respect and she is following what she taught her. So that's I will say, keep progressing. You may get advice, you may have respect to the senior or one who give you knowledge, or don't get attached with any person, because what they want you to progress, they don't want to get attached with them.
So if any of us was, imagine, in today's world now, 2018, we are invited to come to Madhuban, to be Madhuban Nivasi. Suppose, what would your advice for us be?
Well, welcome. Considering that whatever seva you will get, you will do with the same love feeling. And you get disheartened because you want to have kind of position, or you want to be treated as a professional. But this is again family, I will say. Those who are feeling family, even whether they are Madhuban Nivasi or they are staying in center or even household life, they feel good. If they think that everyone just come to bow down and bring gifts for me, or I'll be getting status that I'm in charge of this department, or I am having this kind of status, don't come.
That's a big message. If you're coming for the wrong reason, don't come.
Yeah, come to serve Baba.
And you feel that all those who are coming now, they have the same palna, the same sustenance that you had?
Well, I can't say, suppose Didi Manmohan is not available, they will not get that kind of sustenance as I used to get. Or, some of them, they got Dadi Chandramani, but then they get sustenance from those who got sustenance from Dadi Prakashmani or Dadi Manmohini or Dadi Chandramani. Then we can share with them that, okay, Dadi Chandramani means strong enough. Don't be afraid of anything, but maintain your truth, maintain your reality, maintain your purity. She was like that way, the king, but of course she maintained all that dharnas in her life. So those who became student of Dadi Prakash and Dadi Chandramani, I remember one of my sister shared her experience. They were coming from Delhi to get teachers training in Madhuban, and the same compartment there was Dadi Chandramani. And those Dadi Chandramani didn't advise them to do this, or not taught, okay, Baba says like this. But Dadi Chandramani did, she took comb from her bag and that asked the sister to change the hairstyle now. She didn't advise that we should not have this kind of hairstyle or no. And she gave comb to the sister to change the hairstyle now. Oops. That was Dadi Chandramani. So if you think that you have to get that kind of sustenance, you have to be follower of that principle also. So you have to become that part that people, the seniors can advise you, To some we can just say, okay brother, do this. To some we can say, okay, if you do this, you will get this. And to some will say, do this way, you can reach this way, What I mean to say that become that instrument that the seniors can ask you to do this, As I said, Didi sent me order. And if you are not that, become, okay, at least you have to follow the advice. Otherwise, we just, the instrument, they can advise, even they can't advise you, because if you are not following them, they just give you the teaching, okay, if those who follow truth can reach this kind of, this is the aim you can reach. Or if you want to become Lakshmi Narayana, this is the way. But they will not order you. They can just read,
So like Dadi says, no, sometimes I want to have a right over you. Give me the right over you. Let me tell you.
So if you want to become air soul, you have to be the one people can, or Dadis can have right on you to shift you from this here to there, or can give you advice, okay, from tomorrow you have to do this, So once I remember when someone, children class in the Dadi Prakash Mani was told how you became Dadi, the senior most, though same age, same quality were, though all other Dadis also, no? Then she said, dahi vada.
So they have those little round donuts they put in the yogurt. They're like savory donuts they make in India, and then they sort of soak it in the yogurt. Yeah.
So it's not easy to make that dahi vada, that's kind of dish, So vada means the higher one, and there's dahi vada. So dahi vada means, you have to put dal in the water or for one day, and then you have to mash it, and then you have to fry it, and then put in water again, then squeeze it, and then put in the curd, and then when you serve, you have to put the salt and chilies on that, or maybe bitter or sweet chutneys on that. Then it becomes tasty. So she said, it's not easy to become vada. That vada means the senior one or the higher one. You have to go through process. So it's up to you how big vada you want to,
So you have to be fried, you have to be squashed, you have to be put in water. And
so in all this, if you are feeling good, you will become vada, the tasty one, or you will be loved by everyone. The tasty means, here we said, you will be loved or liked by everyone. But you have to go through process. And sometimes the process is very easy because you don't feel it, Some Brahmin, when they get some sickness or they don't feel much, it's okay, like it's a routine thing. But for some, it may be too big tolerance, So it's easy, yet to some it's difficult.
But we all have some areas where we have some challenge, no?
Yeah, of course. Challenge push you ahead. And but I always keep one thing in my mind. I have to remain contented. In Hindi, the word is santosh, and it's said in film songs, even in films, theater songs, they say santosh is the treasure, the big treasure. If you having santosh, you are a rich person. The contentment means, contentment is maybe 3 levels. One is to remain satisfied. You can satisfy by teaching yourself, okay, it's for a while only. okay, it has happened now, you can't do anything, so you have to be satisfied. I can choose friend, but I can't choose my sister. I can choose wife or husband, but I can't choose my mother, father. I am already born. So I had to remain satisfied. But that is one kind level of satisfaction. Another is contentment. Means I have everything. I am full. And third is, in Hindi, it's like a santosh, to remain santusht, and then I'm fulfilled. And third is trupt, bharpur, there is one sweet called Mysore pak. You might have eaten.
Yeah, it's like layers and layers, it's very sweet and it's like flaky, a bit flaky, so it has many layers.
When we prepare the sweet Mysore pak, it takes a lot of oil. And then once it's been ready, when suppose you just pass on the sweet, but your hands get oily. It's like a, what do you call, blotting paper or?
Blotting paper, yeah. When you're so full, nothing more can.
We used to use, when we used to use fountain pen, we used to keep a paper.
Blotting paper, yeah.
Yeah?
Blotting paper.
So it takes the ink itself, but when like a sponge, if there is water, you can use the sponge to soak it. But once it is got full of the water, even if you put the sponge in other place, it loses the water. No? So similarly, in our life also, one is to remain satisfied. Okay, there is no other way to do anything, or there is no way to get the things I need. Then I remain satisfied. Another thing is, I'm contented with whatever I have, and I'm making use of it. And third thing is, even spirituality, even my sense organs are full, satisfied or full. I don't need anything.
Like no desires at all.
No desire at all, and I'm full. So wherever I go, I just spread more. Instead of taking, I'm just sharing, So I keep that aim that I have to remain full. So even those little things come, it's nothing big for you. Suppose a person is healthy, suppose a grandfather is healthy, and the granddaughters, they come, they play with their body, their moustache, but they enjoy. But if that grandfather is having some kind of irritation, and the child comes, he thinks today, as usually he comes to play with the grandfather, but today that grandfather is irritated with something, has not good mood, Then he said, keep distance, But then it's not child's fault. It's the fault he is not contented in his life. The grandfather is not contented. Today he's upset. He's empty somewhere. He needs love. So he's not able to give love. So once I am contented, I'm full with love. Even the task someone else is doing, what I should do, or the reward I did work and then someone else is getting, or the dish was created for me and someone else has taken. Whatever happens, you feel it's little thing, because you are full, you are already contented. So if I pay attention on whatever I am getting or what I have got, and to use it in a worthwhile way, I become contented, and then I don't need anything. Then still I am getting, then I will distribute others. Suppose I have 10 pairs and I don't need anything anymore, then I am still getting 20 pairs. What I will do? I will share with others. So instead of, asking or I'm just still fulfilling my thirst, I will share with others. So once I remain contented, I can face all the challenges. It's not a big thing for me.
So I think, unless anyone has any questions, anyone have any questions you'd like to ask Tulsi Bai? Would you like to come in front and ask a question? Because you can see how full the soul is. 42 years of being with Baba, and most of the years being with seniors and the dadis. What more can anyone want? Today I learnt a lot about balance. Don't be too much sannyasi, don't be too familiar. And I really like the 4 tips that Tulsi Bai got, not to take anything personally. You just stay on the path of truth and it's okay. Yeah? And this last little bit about don't just be content, but be so oily, totally, that wherever you go, you're spreading, you're not taking anything. So, any questions at all? You're all content? Full? Satisfied?
Thank you.
Thank you, Tulsi Bai. It was lovely having you today.